Race number 10. Barry Cutting, Brian Lopez, Alan Burton, Kurt Spangler, Cole Austin, Scott Porter, Michael Weaver, Blake Moss, Blake Moss, Mike Reeder, Rob Russo,
We're talking about a 6-pound car with 3 horsepower. That's a better fuel weight ratio than a top fuel dragster. They'll run 50 miles an hour, no problems, 0 to 50 in under a second for 30% nitromethane. Nitromethane will blow the top off of a building. It's not dangerous, it's all controlled, very fast, very fun. Hand-eye coordination is a must. If you can catch a fly out of midair, you can drive an RC car. Very, very, very much fun.
Like this Losi 8, and these cars have only been manufactured for a couple years. Previous to that, they were all either Japanese or Italian-built cars. You know? So now, the 2 American manufacturers finally came out with the cars, and they're like top of the line, really cutting edge in their design, you know. So really good cars. But everybody stepped it up. Once Losi came out with this car, it was completely different design, different layout from what anybody had before. So all the other manufacturers follow suit. You know, they're all kind of fighting to get that fastest car, you know. That equates to sales at the hobby shop.
The sport has been around since 1969 when somebody put an airplane motor, a model airplane motor, in a car, and then it began. It started out years ago where the cars ran around in circles on a string called tether racing. From there, somebody adapted a radio control model airplane radio into a car. From there, somebody adapted a gas motor out of a model airplane into a car. And then the rest is history. Randy Ellis, 27.7. That's a good lap, Randy. Don't get too good now. I'm going to bump you up. Mr. Burke is 29.2. A tenth of a second. 100. And 30 to concern. Ronald Clap. Ronald Clap. Brought to you by Shore. My man Adam over there, cooking up for him. Got the good. Here goes Lupo across the clock. This particular track, Score, has been around for 23 years. That makes us the longest single continuous running track in North America. There's only one track that's been racing longer than us. That's the Yatabe Arena in Tokyo, Japan. We race 3 or 4 times a quarter. Races last anywhere from 5 minutes to an hour. To stand and concentrate that long at one single focus is incredible. You end up with cramps, headaches, eye problems. The stress as well as the control it takes to do this is very demanding. It's a fun hobby, but it's not nearly as easy as it looks. It's not a video game. It's not a do-over. You don't get a second chance. The price to do this nowadays is no longer than any other hobby. Like, say, golf. It'd be comparable to playing golf every weekend. How about that? So far, so good. You want some more?
These, they come as a kit, and you have to assemble every piece of it. Therefore, you get to know how they work. And nowadays, they're making what they call a ready-to-run kit. You can buy it pretty much minus the motor and electronics, and you don't have to build it. It's better for the new person to get into the hobby without such a task of building the car.
Alright, that is
styles are as different as people. You're going to have the guys that drive in the turns hard. You're going to have the guys that smooth the turns. There's a lot of finesse in remote control car racing. The name of the game is get around the quickest, the fastest, and the cleanest. It's not easy. So many times you have to fight yourself as well as a car to keep from overreacting in tough situations. The point of it all is to keep the speed up, not touching the brakes, and still making the car fast. It's a very, very delicate balance, a fine, fine line between what's fast and what's out of control. And with something that makes this much power and this small, it's really hard to gain control after you've lost it. It's roll it in. Some guys roll it into the turn and drive it hard out. Some guys drive hard into the turn, slam on the brakes and let the car rotate as it comes out of the turn. There again, it's all up to the driver. It's what his particular habits are, his particular characteristics, his particular favorites, what he prefers. There's no set way to drive a remote control car. It goes from what you would think completely out of control. You would think the driver, the pilot, has his eyes closed, to someone that looks like they're actually sitting in it. Smoothness counts. It's all up to being smooth. Don't touch the pipe. Don't touch each other. You'll win a lot of races.
Hey, I want to be on TV. I just drove this one.
Did you? Nice work. Look good out.
I wish.